Another autumn. I felt the chill before, but every autumn I feel it more and more. For you can dream in spring when every hope is high, but when the fall comes in, it all begins to fade and die. Another autumn. Oh, so sweet when all is well, but how it haunts you when things go wrong. For one thing time has shown, if you're alone when autumn comes, you'll be alone all winter long. How lovely to sit here in the shade, away from the woes of man and maid. I'm glad I'm not young anymore. The rivals that don't exist at all, the feeling you're only 2 feet tall. I'm glad I'm not young anymore. No more confusion, no morning after surprise, no self-delusion that when you're telling those lies, he isn't wise. And even if love came through that door, the kind that lasts forevermore, forevermore is shorter than before. I'm glad that I'm not young. What do you say to a child at night? That nothing's all black, but then again nothing's all white? How can you say everything will be all right when you know it may not be true? What do? Careful the things you say, children will listen. Careful the things you do, children will see and learn. Children may not always obey, but children will listen. Children will look to you for which way to turn to learn what to be. Careful before you say, listen to me. Children will listen. Careful the wish you make. Children are wishes. Careful the path they take. Wishes come true, not free. Careful the spell you cast, not just on children. Sometimes the spell may last past what you can see and turn against you. Careful the tale you tell, that is the spell. Children will listen. What do you say to a child in flight? Don't run away and I won't hold on so tight. What can you say? No matter how slight, won't be misunderstood. What do you leave your child when you're dead? Only whatever you've put in its head, and whatever your mother and father had said, which was left to them too. Every time it rains pennies from heaven. Don't you know each cloud contains pennies from heaven? Forget your troubles, get happy, chase all your blues away. When cares pursue you, hallelujah. Chase, God, the stuff we teach our children. The Satan lies a-waiting and creating skies of gray. Angels in the sky promise that by and by there's going to be a great day. There's a great day coming mañana. And all our friends will be rolling in dough. There's a great day coming mañana. But mañana never comes. Careful what you say, children will listen. Careful you do it too, children will see and learn. Guide them, but step away. Children will listen. Tamper with what's true, and children may turn, if only to be free. Careful before you say, listen to me. Children will listen. Children will listen. Children will listen. And now, the purple dusk of twilight steals across the meadows of my heart. Why is it I spend the lonely nights dreaming of a song? The melody haunts my reverie, and I am once again with you when our love was new and each kiss an inspiration. But that was long ago, and now my consolation's in the stardust of a song. Beside a garden wall, the stars are bright, you are in my arms, the nightingale spins a fairy tale of paradise where roses bloom. Though I dream in vain, in my heart it will remain my stardust melody. The memory of love's refrain. Young and foolish, why is it wrong to be young and foolish? We haven't long to be. Soon enough the carefree days, the sunlit days go by. Soon enough the bluebird has to fly. We were foolish. One day we fell in love. Now we wonder what we were thinking of. Smiling in the sunshine, laughing in the rain. And I wish I were young and foolish again. I like New York in June. How about you? I like a Gershwin tune. How about you? Well, I like a fireplace when a storm is due. I like potato chips, moonlight, motor trips. How about you? Well, I'm mad about good books, can't get my fill, and Marlon Brando's looks give me a thrill. But holding hands in a movie show when all the lights are low may not be new, but I like it. How about you? Wow. I can see we're in harmony, and we both agree on what to do. And I like it. How about you? Mr. Irving Berlin used to emphasize sin in a charming way. Mr. Coward, we know, wrote a song or two to show that sex was here to stay. Richard Rodgers, it's true, had a more romantic view of this sly biological urge. But it really was Cole who contrived to make the whole thing merge. He said that good authors in swarms do it. Somerset and all those moms do it. Let's do it. Let's fall in love. And the Brontes felt they must do it. Ernest Hemingway could just do it. Let's do it. Let's fall in love. E. Allan Poe, ho, did it. But he did it in verse. H. Beecher Stowe did it. Of course, she had to rehearse. Tennessee Williams, self-taught, did it. Kinsey, with a deafening report. Let's do it. Let's fall in love. It was just one of those things. Just one of those crazy flings. One of those bells that now and then rings. Just one of those things. It was just one of those nights. Just one of those fabulous flights, a trip to the moon, on gossamer wings, just one of those things. But if we thought a bit about the end of it before we started painting the town, we'd have been aware that this love affair was too hot not to cool down. So goodbye, dear, and amen. Here's hoping we meet now and then. It was great fun, but it was just one of those things. I've got you under my skin. I've got you deep in the heart of me. I've got you so deep in my heart, you're really a part of me. I've got you under my skin. I tried so not to give in. I said to myself, this affair never could go so well. But how could I resist when, darling, you know so well I've got you under my skin. I'd sacrifice anything, come what might, for the sake of having you near, in spite of a warning voice that comes in the night and repeats in my ear. Don't you know, little fool, you never can win? Use your mentality. Wake up to reality. But each time I do, just the thought of you makes me stop before I begin. Because I've got you under my skin like the beat, beat, beat of a tom-tom when a jungle shadow falls, like the tick, tick, tock of that stately clock as it stands against the wall, like the drip, drip, drop of a raindrop when a summer shadows through, so a voice within me keeps repeating, you, night and day, you are the one. Only you, beneath the moon and under the sun, whether near to me or far, it's no matter, darling, where you are, I think of you. Night and day, day and night, why is it so that this feeling follows wherever I go, in the roaring traffic's boom, in the silence of my lonely room? I think of you. Night and day, day and night, under the hide of me, there's an such a hungry yearning, burning inside of me. And this torment won't be through till you let me spend my life making love to you. Day and night, night and day. I wish I could forget you, erase you from my mind. But ever since I met you, I find I cannot leave the thought of you behind. That doesn't mean I love you. That doesn't mean I love you. I know that I've upset you. I know I've been unkind. I know I wanted you to vanish from sight. But now I see you in a different light. And though I cannot love you, I wish I could love you. For now, I've known a love like none I've ever known. A love as pure as breath, as permanent as death, implacable as stone. A love that, like a knife, has cut into a life I wanted left alone. A love I may regret, but one I can't forget. I don't know how I let you so far inside my mind, but there you are, and there you'll stay. How could I ever wish you away? And another thing, if you should die tomorrow, your love will live in me. You know, you can't stop people from talking. And they're talking, my dear. And the things they're saying fill my heart with fear. I don't believe them when they say you're untrue. I know they must be mistaken, but still, I want to hear it from you. Say it isn't so. People say you don't love me. Say it isn't so. Everywhere I go, everyone I know whispers to me that you're growing tired of me. Say it isn't so. People say that you found someone new. And yet it won't be long before you leave me. Say it isn't true. Say that everything's okay. That's all I want to know. And what they're saying, say it isn't so. There he goes, as usual, my man, breaking my foolish heart. I really don't know what to do about him. I've told myself I've got to do without him. There he goes, as usual, my man, tearing my heart apart. He's made my life a mess. I gotta do this, I guess. Goodbye, Joe. From here I kiss you. Goodbye, Joe. I hope I don't miss you. There. Did it, and I'm glad. If you had been on the square and had treated me fair, and we'd not had a tiff, if you had not told me to go and jump off the nearest cliff, if I had not seen you pen sexy letters to Glenn in your old hieroglyph, if you were not seen with Jimmy Dean on a lake in your flat-bottom skiff, if you had not left me home all alone when you had 2 seats for South Pacific, I'm gonna miss you, baby. Things could have been terrific. Oh, what's the diff? If you were not such a two-timing guy, if you hadn't, if you weren't, if you didn't, but you have, and you were, and you went, and you did, and so, baby, goodbye. Running away. Let's do it. Far from the ties that bind. No more despair or burdens to bear out there in the yonder. Running away, go to it. Oh, where did you have in mind? Hollywood. Screwy, ballyhooey Hollywood, where every young mechanic can be a panic with just a good-looking pan. Hooray for Hollywood. Go out, try your luck. You could be Donald Duck. Hooray for Hollywood. I don't think I'll look for work today again. I used to look for jobs most now and then. Now, it's not the looking worries me. I'm scared somebody's gonna hire me. Easy Street. I want to live on Easy Street. Nobody works on Easy Street. Just sit around all day. Sit and play the horses. Life is sweet on Easy Street. No weekly payments you must meet to turn your hair to gray. And if opportunity comes a knocking, I'll just keep on with my rocking. Because my fortune's been made. And if the sun makes me perspire, well, there's a fella you can hire to plant trees. You gotta have shade on Easy Street. I'm telling everyone I meet, if I could live on Easy Street, I wouldn't want no job today. So, please, go away. I got nothing to do, and I'm doing it tomorrow. No more questions, please. No more tests. Comes a time you have to ask, what for? Please. No more. I wanted to get away from it all. I wanted to hear a meadowlark call at dawn. But the thrill is gone. Carry me back to old Manhattan. That's where my heart belongs. Give me a show spot to hang my hat in. Sing me those Broadway songs. Carry me back to old Manhattan, far from that rustic moon. I can't adjust to that rustic pattern. I'm not myself till noon. Love in the cottage can stay there. I've had enough of love in the rough. I don't intend to grow gray there. Carry me back to old Manhattan. That's where I want to go. And here I go, with a handsome lad in his big Cadillac. He's gonna carry me back to old Manhattan, marry me back in old Manhattan, hurry me back to old Manhattan. That's all I want to know. I'm in love with a man. Plaza O4433, what a perfect relationship. I can see him, but he can't see me. He calls me Dad. He thinks I'm 53. Our love can never lose its mystery. 'Cause I'll never meet him, and he'll never meet me. There are so many fish in the sea. Why must I choose the one who's not for me? It's just my foolish way. What can I do about it? I'm much too used to love to be without it. What is a man? Is he an animal? Is he a wolf? Is he a mouse? Is he the sheep or the deer kind? Is he champagne or the beer kind? What is a man? Is he a stimulant? Good for the heart, bad for the nerves? Nature's mistake since the world began? What makes me give? What makes me live? What is this thing called man? If you want a lover, I'll do anything you ask me to. If you want another kind of love, I'll wear a mask for you. If you want a partner, take my hand. If you want to strike me down in anger, here I stand. I'm your man. If you want a boxer, I'll jump into the ring for you. If you want a doctor, I'll examine every inch of you. If you want a driver, climb inside. If you want to take me for a ride, you know you can. Oh, the moon's too bright and the chain's too tight and the beast won't go to sleep. I've been running through these promises I made to you and couldn't keep. But a man never won anyone back, not by begging on his knees, or I'd crawl to you, baby, and I'd fall at your feet, and I'd howl at your beauty like a dog in heat. And I'd claw at your heart, and I'd tear at your sheets, and I'd say, please, please, please. I'm your man. If you want to stop a moment on the road, I'll steer for you. You want to walk the street alone, I'll disappear for you. If you want a father for your child, or only walk with me a mile across the sand, I'm your man. Why do I always allow my heart to make decisions for me? Why do I always listen to my heart? Why do I always get so involved when I'd rather be free? Maybe it's because I'm not so smart. Fools fall in love. Only lunatics fall in love. And I'm a fool. Fools seek romance. Only idiots take a chance, and I'm a fool. I should be able to put all my feelings aside. I should be able to take one free ride in my stride. But fools cannot play. They get serious right away and break the rule. My heart's on fire when it should be cool, but fools fall in love, and I'm such a fool. I'm drunk with love. My body aches. Just one shot, that's all it takes to make me sigh and wonder why he loves me drunk with love. Rotten liquor, mostly gin. Every bar I stumble in, round and round, because I found he loves me drunk with love. Every morning I awake, I vow I'll find someone new. But then I feel his lips, his arms, his fingertips, and I don't care what I do. Someday, he'll walk out that door. Yeah, well, I guess that's what doors are for. But then he'll slam it, and he'll say, ah, damn it. He loves me, because I'm drunk with love. Running away. Let's do it. Why sit around resigned? California, here I come, right back where I started from. It's a lazy afternoon, and the beetle bugs are zooming, and the tulip trees are blooming, and there's not another human in view, except us two. It's a hazy afternoon. Meadow, cows are sleeping, and the farmer stops his reaping, and the speckled trout stop leaping upstream as we dream. A fat pink cloud hangs over the hill, unfolding like a rose. If you hold my hand and you sit real still, you can hear the grass as it grows. It's a lazy afternoon. I know a place that's quiet, except for daisies running riot. And there's no one passing by it to see. Come, spend this lazy afternoon with me. The trouble is, son, the farther you run, the more you feel undefined, not just by what you haven't done, but for what you've left behind. I happen to like New York. I happen to like New York. I love the city air. I like to drink of it. The more I know New York, the more I think of it. I love the sights and the sounds and even the stink of it. I happen to like New York. I love to go to Battery Park and watch the liners booming in. I've often wondered to myself why they come from so far across the sea. Maybe, I suppose it's because they agree with me. They happen to like New York. Last Saturday, I took a train to Hackensack. And once I gave Hackensack the once-over, I took the first train back. I happen to like New York. I happen to love this burg. And when it comes time to say my fond farewell, and the undertaker comes to ring that funeral bell, I don't want to go to heaven, I don't want to go to hell, I happen to like New York. Autumn in New York. It's time to end my lonely holiday and bid the country a hasty farewell. So on this gray and melancholy day, I'm checking into a Manhattan hotel. And here, on the 27th floor, looking down on the city I hate and adore, autumn in New York. Why does it seem so inviting? Autumn in New York, it's got the thrill of first nighting, shimmering crowds and glittering clouds and canyons of steel. It's making me feel I'm home. Autumn in New York, it brings the promise of new love. Autumn in New York, it's often mingled with pain. We are seen around New York, El Morocco and the Stork, and those other stay-out-late cafes. I am seen around with you these days. That's the way it stands. They're strictly good time Charlies who like to sing and dance around and maybe kick romance around. That's the way it stands. All in fun. This thing was all in fun. When all is said and done, how far could it go? Some cocktails, some orchids, a show or two, a line in a column that links me with you. Just for laughs, you're with me night and day. And so the dopes all say that I'm that way about you. And here's the laugh. And when I tell you, this will kill you, what they say is true. Dancing in the dark. Till the tune ends, we're dancing in the dark. And it soon ends, we're waltzing with the wonder of why we're here. Time hurries by, we're here, then gone. Looking for the light of a new love to brighten up my night. I've got you, love. And we can face the music together, dancing in the dark. Maybe it's because I love you too much. Maybe that's why you love me so little. Maybe when I answered yes, maybe I became a bore. Maybe if I loved you less, maybe you would love me more. Maybe it's because I kiss you too much. Maybe that's why my kiss means so little. Maybe with a love so great and a love so small, maybe I'll be left with no love at all. You're so late getting home from the office. Did you miss your train? Were you caught in the rain? Don't bother to explain. Can I fix you a quick martini? Huh? As a matter of fact, I'll have one with you. For to tell you the truth, I had quite a day too. Guess who I saw today, my dear? I was in town to buy myself a thing or two, and I thought I'd stop to have a bite when I was through, and it occurred to me, where I had parked the car, I'd seen a most attractive French cafe and bar. It really wasn't very far. The waiter showed me to a dark, secluded corner, and as my eyes became accustomed to the gloom, I saw two people at the bar who were so much in love that even I could spot it, clear across the room. Guess who I saw today? I'd never been so shocked before. I headed blindly for the door. They didn't see me passing through. Guess who I saw today, my dear? I saw you. I have been following rains and the wind that follows after for one extraordinary face and one unforgotten laughter. I've been following signs and searching after ships for a certain pair of arms and a certain pair of lips. Yeah, I've looked everywhere you could look without wings, and I found a great variety of interesting things, but it never was you. It never was you. Anywhere you. An occasional sunset reminded me, or a flower hanging high in a tulip tree, or one red star hung low in the west, or a heartbreak call from a meadowlark's nest made me think, for a moment, maybe it's true, I found you in the call, in the stars, in the blue. But it never was you. It never was anywhere you. Anywhere. Anywhere you. I used to visit all the very gay places, those come-what-may places where one relaxes on the axis of the wheel of life to get the feel of life, jazz, cocktails. The men I knew, they all had sad and sullen gray faces with distingué traces, and you could see where they had been washed away by too many through the day. 12 o'clock tales. Then you came along with your siren song to tempt me to madness. And I thought for a while that your poignant smile was tinged with the sadness of a great love for me. I was wrong. Again. I was wrong. Life is lonely again. And only last year everything seemed so sure. Life is awful again. A trough full of hearts can only be a bore. A week in Paris just might ease the bite of it. Or if I could smile in spite of it. I'll forget you, I will, even though you're still burning in my brain. Romance is mush, stifling to those who strive. I'll lead a lush life in some small dive, and there I'll be while I rot with the rest of those whose lives are lonely too? What did I have that I don't have now? What did he like that I lost track of? What do I do that I don't do the way I did before? What isn't there that once was there? Something in me then, he could see then, beckons to him no more. I'm just a victim of time, obsolete in my prime, out of date and outclassed by my past. What isn't there that once was there? What did I lose the sweet warm knack of? Wouldn't I be the late great me if I knew how? What oh what did I have that I don't have now? When I was a young man, courting the girls, I played me a waiting game. If a maid refused me with tossing curls, I'd give the old earth a couple of whirls and I'd ply her with tears in lieu of pearls. And as time came around, she came my way. As time came around, she came. But it's a long, long time from May to December, and the days grow short when you reach September. When the autumn weather turns the leaves to flame, one hasn't got time for the waiting game, and the days dwindle down to a precious few. September, November, and these few precious days I'll spend with you. These precious days I'll spend with you. You are not my first love. I've been kissed before. But it was just good, clean fun till you knocked at the door. You are not my first love. I've known other charms, but it was just rehearsal in those other arms. My heart is secondhand. Yes, my heart is secondhand, but there aren't many scratches, and you can hardly feel the patches. Now you know the worst love. Yes, I've had a past. You are not my first love, but you may be the first to last. When I look into your eyes, I see the wisdom of the world in your eyes. I see the sadness of 1,000 goodbyes when I look into your eyes. And it's no surprise I see the softness of the moon in your eyes, the gentle sparkle of the stars in the skies when I look into your eyes. In your eyes, I see the deepness of the sea. I see the deepness of the love I feel you feel for me. Autumn comes. Summer dies. I see the passing of the years in your eyes. And if we part, there'll be no tears, no goodbyes. I'll just look into your eyes. Those eyes, so wise, so warm, so real. How I love the world your eyes reveal. I fell in love with you the first time I looked into them their eyes. You had a certain cute way of flirting with them their eyes. They made me happy, they made me blue. No stalling, I was falling in a great big way for sweet little you. My heart is jumping. You sure started something with them there eyes. You'd better watch them if you're wise. They sparkle, they bubble, they're going to get you in a hole. A lot of trouble. You're overworking them. There's danger lurking in their eyes. There are places I remember all my life. Some have changed, some forever, not for better. Some are gone, some remain. And these places have their meanings with lovers, friends I still recall. Some are dead, and some are living. In my life, I love them all. But of all these friends and lovers, there is no one compares to you. And these memories, they lose their meaning when I think of love as something new. Now I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before. I know I'll always stop to think about them. But in my life, I love you more. It's not easy. It's never been easy to let anybody see the sentimental side of me. I don't like goodbyes, tears or sighs. I'm not too good at leaving time. I have no taste for grieving time. No, not me. I won't be grieving now that I'm leaving. It's traveling time, and I must move on. Find someone you can lean upon. And if I could arrange it, would I care to change it? No, not me. Where has the time all gone to? Haven't done half the things I want to. Oh well, we'll catch up some other time. This day was just a token. So many words are still unspoken. Oh well, we'll catch up some other time. Just when the fun was starting, comes the time for parting. Well, let's just be glad for what we had and what's to come. There's so much more embracing still to be done. But time is racing. Oh well, we'll catch up some other. Rows and flows of angel hair and ice cream castles in the air and feathered canyons everywhere. I've looked at clouds that way, but now they only block the sun. They rain and snow on everyone. So many things I could have done, but clouds got in the way. I've looked at clouds from both sides now, and up and down, and still somehow it's cloud illusions I recall. I really don't know clouds at all. Junes and moons and Ferris wheels, that dizzy dancing way you feel when every fairy tale comes real. I've looked at love that way. But now it's just another show. You leave them laughing when you go. And if you care, don't let it show. Don't give yourself away. I've looked at love from both sides now, from give and take, and still somehow it's love's illusions I recall. I really don't know love at all. Tears and fears and feeling proud to say I love you right out loud. I've looked at life that way. Dreams, schemes, and circus crowds. I've looked at life that way. But now, old friends are acting strange. They shake their heads, they say I've changed. Well, something's lost, but something's gained in living life every day. I've looked at life from both sides now, from win and lose, and still somehow it's life's illusions I recall. I really don't know life at all. I've looked at life from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's life's illusions I recall. I really don't know life. At all.